So I've been in isolation for a whole week now. It's been a week since the last update. Hello, welcome to Aquatic College. My name is Bry and it is now March the 29th, 2020. The world is suffering from the coronavirus, so I am in self-isolation. So looking at my pond, I think it's time to clean out the filter. So the pond's maturing really nicely. I've got the waterfall switched off at the moment because I'm going to give it a clean out. I've purposely not cleaned it out since I completed the waterfall and pond in December, just to let it mature. It's now showing signs of life inside it, so I'm going to give it a quick clean out. Try and keep some of the filter media but replace a lot of the rest and clean it out and set the waterfall running again. So yeah, it's doing really well. Tons of frog spawn at the moment, which is standard this time of year, and also I've got the usual green algae around the edges, which is standard this time of year. But yeah, the fish are all doing really well. It's a bit cold today, so they're not as active as normal, but you can see them all there swimming together, trying to keep warm. So yeah, I'll go and clean the filter out now, and I'll switch it back on, and you can see the waterfall running again. So that's the waterfall all switched back on again. So the water's going to be a little bit dirty at first because some of the excess is running through from the filter, but give it an hour or so, the water will be back clear again. So that's my pond maintenance done for the next month or so. Last thing to do is just to check on the lilies. I think the lilies are starting to come up, so we've just got to maintain them, get rid of this green algae. Probably try and move some of this frog spawn. Overall, pond's doing really well. It's maturing nicely. I just can't wait for everything to grow through. So I've been isolated for a week now, and I've been cleaning out the shed, and I found this Evolution Aqua Stop Blanket Weed. So yeah, I've looked at the volume and it's 10,000 litres, which is exactly the same as what my pond volume is. So I'm going to add that and try and get rid of the blanket weed, because looking at the margins, it's getting really bad. But before that, I thought we never actually look at the bottom of the pond, we always look at it from above. So I've got my snorkel mask. I'm not going to be going on holiday this year, so I thought I may as well have a look and see what it's like in the pond. So if you want to join me, I'm going to go and have a look now. Let's see what we can see. So the first thing I'm noticing when I look in the pond is all the bits of particles in the water column. This is all the green algae that's come away from the sides, and it's really making the water murky. The bottom of the pond isn't actually as bad as what I thought. I thought there'd be more litter from the leaves, etc., because I've not cleaned it out since autumn, but it's not looking too bad. And yet again, it's just full of green algae. So this is the deepest part of the pond. This is 4 foot down, and the algae isn't as bad on the bottom, but as it starts to go shallower in the water, you'll see that the algae gets thicker. The fish all seem happy and healthy, but I'll have a better look at those later. So now I'll have a quick look at the fish house. This is what I built for my storage box, and above it is the shallow bit where the fish feed. Overall, it's looking really strong and secure. Can't see any issues, and the fish do use it a lot, so I've found it a great success. Now moving up to the feeding bay. This is the shallowest bit of the pond. It's only just over a foot deep, and it gets the sun all day, so this is showing the most algae in the pond. It is really thick. So the final bit I'll look at is the waterfall, just to see how it's falling into the pond and how much air it's making. From what I can see, it's putting quite a bit of oxygen in the water, but there's always room for more. The waterfall, looks exactly the same as what it does out of the pond. Well, I think it's time to have a look at the fish. So overall I think I've got about 14 koi in my pond. This one here, the orange and black one, is the oldest. He's probably about 3.5 years old, and he was bought at the same time as the white and red one in the background. He's about the same age. My two favourites are this black common carp, which is coming up now with red eyes, and the other one that I like is another dark fish, because I've got an infatuation with him, is this mirror carp here. He is absolutely shooting away. The other one I like is a butterfly carp on the left. He was black originally, but now he's going gold. The rest of the koi in my pond are just made up of small butterfly and small normal carp. So I'm hoping over the next few years to grow into some really nice fish. I've also got 2 weather loaches, but I've not seen them since I've put them in the pond. So my favourite fish, the big scaled mirror, has come back into view again. So while I've got the opportunity, I'm going to go over and have a closer look. And then I need to get out this pond because my fingers are starting to go wrinkly. Growing up at my parents' house, they used to have a mirror carp in their pond, and they called it Percy, and it used to eat out of their fingers. So I'm hoping as this one grows, I can tame it and it can eat out of my fingers. Well, I think that's it. It's time to get out the pond. So as you could see, it was quite murky down there. A lot of blanket weed. It's really choking up the water. There's a lot of particles. So I'm going to add the blanket stop now, and then in about a week or 2 we can have a look down in the water again and see what the situation's like. So yeah, I'll get back to you in about a week when it's all done, and I'm going to go and dry out.